Hi, I'm Bunny, and this is story time.
The Tale of Peter Rabbit by BEATRIX Potter. This is Peter Rabbit. He lives here with his mother, Mrs. Rabbit, and his sister, Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail. One morning, Mrs. Rabbit said, "I am going out, children. Now run along, but don't go into Mr. McGregor's garden." Then Mrs. Rabbit took her basket and her umbrella and walked through the woods. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail were good little rabbits. They went to pick blackberries. But Peter was a naughty little rabbit. He ran to Mr. McGregor's garden and squeezed under the gate. Peter sat in the garden and ate lots of radishes. Then, feeling rather sick, he went to look for some parsley to make him feel better. But round the corner he met Mr. McGregor. Mr. McGregor ran after Peter Rabbit, waving a rake and shouting, "Stop! Thief!" Peter ran into a net and got caught by the buttons on his blue jacket. Then Mr. McGregor tried to trap Peter with a scythe. Peter wriggled out, but he lost his jacket and shoes. Peter jumped into a watering can. Mr. McGregor was looking for him underneath the flower pot. Then Peter jumped out of a window and knocked over some flower pots. He got away. Mr. McGregor was tired of running after Peter. He went back to his work. Peter heard the scritch and scratch of Mr. McGregor's hoe. He climbed onto a wheelbarrow and looked across the garden. He could see the gate. Peter ran as fast as he could go. Mr. McGregor saw him, but Peter didn't care. He slipped under the gate and was safe at last. When Peter got home, he was so tired that he flopped down onto the floor. Miss Rabbit was cooking. "Where have you been, Peter Rabbit?" she said. Peter Rabbit was not very well. Mrs. Rabbit put him to bed and made him some tea. But Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail had bread and milk and blackberries for supper. Now Peter Rabbit's day is done. He had an adventure and had some fun. He ran through the garden and gone to bed. And I'm telling the children, this is the end.
I'm sick, get a little bit of gasoline.